Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever it is you're coming from. Thanks for joining. Welcome back to episode number 3 of my channel, Rewarding Conversations. I just wanted to, really focus. Ow. Why was that so hard to get off? This is going to be the episode before my giveaway. Super excited. I still am not even exactly sure what it is I'm going to be giving away. But I'm really excited about the giveaway. I'm thinking I'm going to do maybe a gift card somewhere. You know, gift cards always help people. They're fun. But this episode, I had a few people kind of write in about a similar topic. First off, thank you guys so much for reaching out. I really appreciate it. The feedback has been incredible. I think I'm around 195 YouTube subscribers right now, which is crazy. Thank you so much. And you have all been reaching out with a lot of different types of thoughts and conversations and ideas and questions. And a bunch of them actually were around the same type of category, which is what's going on right now in the world, the pandemic. I know we're all sick of talking about it, but the thing about that is we live it every day. It's happening to us 24 hours a day, every day of the week. And it's still here. And we're at almost a year later and it's still here. So I had a few people in particular reach out about one topic around the pandemic, because I really kind of wanted to focus on a particular area of the pandemic rather than just talk about the chaos overall. So that first area that I really wanted to focus on was about family dynamics. And I know in my last video, if you haven't seen that, check out my last video. That was a tough one to make, but family dynamics, but specifically geared towards family dynamics in the pandemic and what's happening with that. So I talked to a few different people. One person in particular I spoke to really had an amazing conversation and talked about all the different thoughts and what's going on in their head when it comes to the world that we're living in. And really the thing that shined through more than anything was that notion of feeling like you're working 1, 2, 3, 4 different jobs right now. So you have your normal job that you hopefully still have and go to every day. And then this person in particular I'm speaking of is a parent to multiple children. So having that feeling of you go to work and then you come home and then you're working again, or maybe you have to take time off from work because your kids can't go to school and then you have to be at home and you have to be teaching them and working with them, and how that feels like a whole nother job. And then almost that feeling of guilt of trying to find time for yourself, trying to make time for yourself. And why does that create a feeling of guilt? But that's a real thing. People are really feeling that. It's almost like this idea that if you have children, then everything has to be devoted to them. And this pandemic has heightened that to a whole nother level, because maybe you can't find a babysitter, or maybe you have to teach your children now. It's virtual schooling and you have to be the person that's educating your kids. So you're trying to be a parent, you're trying to be a spouse or a partner, you're trying to have a job, you're trying to teach your kids, about education, but you're also trying to teach them about life. There's so much chaos right now, and it's taken this notion of parenting, which was already a stressful thing, and just taking it to a whole different level that people weren't expecting or anticipating or planning on. And that has created a world of anxiety and depression in people that they never expected. And it's been really overwhelming. And a lot of people don't know who to turn to or talk to, because they don't want to complain to their friends that are going through the same situation. You don't want to pay to go see a therapist and a stranger, and possibly, deal with pandemic issues with that. So who do you talk to? And a few people in particular, and I felt incredibly humbled to hear this, have said, this has been a really good outlet for me to talk to you, a relative stranger, and be able to express these feelings. So that's an amazing feeling, and I take that very seriously, so I appreciate that. But that notion of feeling like work plus parenting plus schoolwork plus finding time for yourself and feeling guilty about that has been really overwhelming for a lot of people. That's not something that we can downplay. That's not something that we can forget. And the feeling of guilt for making time for yourself. And one particular person talked about the feeling of guilt of not feeling like they had enough energy for their partner, and that making them feel worse, and it makes their partner feel bad. And how do you combat that? How do you deal with that? So I'm curious, how are you guys dealing with that? How are you guys feeling about that? Do you have a partner, married? Do you have children, no children? Is this whole thing making you rethink having children? And that kind of leads directly into another topic, having children. So I figured in these videos I would talk about maybe 2 to 3 topics at the most, because I'm not trying to make these videos super long, but that led into a whole other discussion of having children. I do not have any children personally, and I have no plan to have children. And I actually got into a discussion with somebody about that and what that feeling is. They asked me directly, "Oh, do you have any children?" And I said no. And they said, "Oh, well, when are you planning to have children?" And that made me laugh, because my wife and I have heard that so many times throughout our lives. It's not a matter of, do you plan on having children? It's, when are you going to have children? And this idea and notion drives us crazy. It's like we're automatically expected to have children. Oh, well, you two got married? Oh, great. So when are you having kids? And that idea is just mind-boggling to me. I don't understand that. Now, for some people, having kids is what it's all about. It's what you've dreamed of since you were a child. It's what you want and hope for. It's what you're excited about. It's what you feel your purpose in life is. But for those of us that don't want to have children, I don't want to be made to feel like that's wrong or bad, because so many times, and if you haven't had kids and you've made that choice not to have children, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So many times people go, "Well, when are you guys going to have kids?" "Oh, we're not going to have kids." "Oh, that's interesting." Some variation of that, and it drives me crazy. I really, it gets under my skin, this idea that the societal expectation that you're supposed to have children. This idea that if you don't have children, you're not contributing to society. I believe, me personally, and I don't put this on anybody else, beliefs or thoughts or whatever, but my personal belief is that everybody's life is up to themselves of how they want to live it. There is no pre-programmed, you got to do this or that, or take your life in this direction or that direction. Because at night when you lay down to go to bed, you're the only person that you go to sleep with in your mind. And you need to know that you're living your best life, that you're on your track that you want to be on, that you're doing the things that you want to do. And if that's having kids, that's great. But if it's not having kids, that's okay too. That's fine. And this notion that it's almost not okay, or people seem disappointed, or, "Oh, you're one of those people. You're one of those couples that doesn't want to have kids." Yeah, I am one of those people. We are one of those couples. And I don't feel any shame or weirdness about that. And I actually have conversations with people about it. I will tell people, we're not all expected to have children, and we shouldn't all be expected to have children. It's okay to not have children. I don't judge anybody for having children, so I don't know why people judge me for not having children. So I'm curious as your thoughts about that. Please reach out, let me know. Do you have kids? Do you not have kids? And what are your ideas about that, about having children? And what are kind of the notions in your mind? And how do you think about that in terms of when you meet a couple, if they have kids or they don't have kids, what are your immediate thoughts? Because we all have them. We all have those immediate thoughts. We all have those immediate, kind of ways of thinking of, "Oh, that's interesting." Remember that you can always comment your thoughts, questions, whatever, down below, or you can reach out directly to my Instagram, which is rewarding_conversations. So if you ever want to, reach out and you want to make it, public, private, whatever it is, I'm happy to have those conversations. So now to the giveaway, the exciting part. I talked about it a little bit earlier in the episode, but I am going to be doing a giveaway in the episode after this one. So please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The rules for the giveaway are down below in the description, so read the description and you'll know how to be entered into the giveaway and qualify for that. So Please, you know, if you are interested in that giveaway, you know, definitely like, comment, and subscribe. And if you don't want to comment below, that's okay. You can always just send me a message through Instagram, and like I said, I'm happy to keep that information private. But you can also be entered into the giveaway through doing that. I also just wanted to make it clear that not all of the videos are going to be about intense topics like losing a pet or arguments or the pandemic or whatever it may be. You know, I'm going to be doing fun videos too, where I'm going to be talking about things like cooking and sports and movies and education and religion and everything. So these are just kind of the topics that people are writing about right now, because I'm responding to what you guys are saying. So hopefully in the next video, I'm going to get some fun topics going. So reach out about some good things going on. Let's talk about some fun things, some happy things. As always, thank you guys so much for joining. I really appreciate it. And, you know, wherever it is you're coming from, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and I hope to see you guys in the next video.